ladies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rosenda and I'm so excited that you're here. Today I am going to be sharing my promised pumpkin spice fall makeup look. Even with my broken finger, I'm doing this for you. The good thing is that my finger is not broken on my right hand because this is the hand that I use, so I'm able to still put makeup on. This is the look right now that I am going to be showing you, and it's very simple, easy to put together. This is actually the very first time I'm doing a makeup tutorial, complete get ready with me type video, so I'm excited that you're here, and let's get started. So this pumpkin spice look is very simple and it's very pretty. I really feel it's a good fall look. Using my left hand as my palette so I can be able to apply with this. So I'm going to use this and I'm just going to dot a little bit of foundation all 5 areas of my face. I don't use a beauty blender because I find that this foundation brush helps a little bit better with blending and giving me a smoother coverage. I find as I'm aging and getting, more in my 40s, later 40s now, I just hit the mid mark and now I'm crossed over the mid mark actually this last birthday in August. I find that it's just better for covering. I'm just kind of going over and kind of pat it in like this. Just pat it, pat it, pat it. We're older, we have those fine lines and we don't want those to show. So this method really helps just get that foundation packed in there. This foundation that I'm using, it actually helps blend into your own skin color, help you have a good color match. Mary Kay Time Wise Matte 3D Foundation. I'm going to link all the products I use down below in the description box. That way I don't have to be repeating myself. And so I'm using the concealer, especially for under eye, and you know what, it works for blemishes too. And then I'm going to go in with this sponge. It's kind of like a beauty blender. This is also Mary Kay, and I'm just going to go in there. This under eye concealer really brightens that area underneath that has special spears that help do that. I naturally have dark circles under my eyes, which is hereditary. I've always had them, I think since, I was a teenager. Wearing contact lenses does not help either. Sad to say that I've been wearing contact lenses since I was a teenager. It does have its consequences because pulling down the eye has given me some premature fine lines earlier than what I've wanted it. So I really try to be careful when I do put my contact lenses. And even when I'm using my under eye products like this, I will be very gentle and just kind of go in there and tap and tap and tap and pat and pat and pat. So next time I'm going to apply some translucent powder. So I really go in and just into my oily areas and really just pat that in there. And I do have oily skin and it's in my T-zone, so I find I have to really go in and powder that area. Although in about an hour I will probably have to powder again. I have to fill in my eyebrows. So I had beautiful eyebrows growing up as a teenager and I really messed them up in the early 2000s because everybody was tweezing their eyebrows like crazy, and my mom told me not to and I didn't listen. In my early 20s I decided to do that, and now it's been hard to get them to come back. I've used different products to do that, but you know what, as you get older it's even harder. Right now I'm filling my eyebrow in with some eye color because I am out of eye pencil actually, and you can actually fill in your brows with eye color. So I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows, kind of use this top as a guide and just kind of draw a line and then fill it in. So I really like the glamour brow from the 50s and 60s, and if I get too thick I can put a little bit of eyeshadow or fix it with some concealer. The rule of thumb is right in the middle of your eye pupil is where you want to start your arch, and then you kind of want to have your eyebrow start right here, the nose area, and then you want to kind of turn it here at the nose, and that's where you want your eyebrow to end. The eyebrows is, for me, takes a little longer. I gotten a little bit better. I try to go for that vintage brow look. I have some moles on my face, or what you would call beauty marks. That's what my mom told me they were. And I have one, especially right here. So I just decided to embrace my beauty mark, and actually I like to color it in. So I just take a little bit of my eyeliner and I just kind of fill it in and just paint it a little. I just like to have that extra accent. I just kind of feel it adds a little more glamour to my face. I do like to put my eyeliner on next. This is also black. I'm just going to go over my natural lash line real gently, and I kind of come right to the center of my eye and just kind of blot it in so it's not so thick. Keeping it down below and letting the closest part under my eye have a little bit more of the white. So I find that if I just go a little bit on my natural lash line, it really helps open my eye up. And now that I'm older, I really need my eyes to look, you know, a little more youthful. So now this is the fun part. I'm going to start with the pumpkin spice colors and my look that I put together. It's kind of like a pink shimmery, and I'm going to just start by applying that all over, and I just dab it. So I'm dabbing on the lid and going all the way to the midline. And since my eyelids are not deep set, my mom has deep set eyes, my dad doesn't. I really wish I had my mom's deep set eyes, but my dad interfered and I had to get his small eyelid, and his eyes kind of look Asian too, so they have like that look. Even though my dad is not Asian, so I don't know where that comes from, but you know, we all have different eye shapes. But that's what I'm doing. So even though I don't have that deep set, just by taking that color all the way up to my midline or my crease will help make it look like I do have a deep set eye. So I'm kind of like taking it and dabbing it in and filling it in where the color is needed. I have far set eyes, so the bridge between my nose and my eyes are very far apart. They're not close set. And for far set eyes, if you have that, I know that darkening in the inner corner up here helps make your eyes look not so far away. So that's a little eye trick for that if you do have far set eyes. Then I'm going to take a regular eye color brush, and I'm going to go in there with a pretty, it's like a purple brown, kind of like a fig color. And I'm going to kind of go in the corner of the eye and just dab it. I dab everything in because I find that you can add a little bit of color that way instead of swiping. Sometimes when you just go back and forth, it puts a lot of color. So I like to just keep it on the corner. I deepen, and that helps bring that deep set eye look for me. I kind of blow a little bit to a little bit of color, and then I will go in and just kind of bring it to the mid part of my pupil. It's getting there. Okay, so I'm just kind of taking that in and just kind of pushing that color up. I'm going to take this one that I used, the pink, and I'm kind of going to go in here and kind of blend that darker color in because I don't want to have like a separation. So I'm now going to take my blending brush and I'm going to do a highlight, and I'm going to take this pretty creamy color, and it's going to go, I'm going to go over my eyebrow area and just kind of pat that in too. Just pat it in, and then I'm going to do the same with this side first under my brow and just pat that in and go over. Then I'm going to take it around and start blending upward from the corner towards the middle. And then I'm going to do the same for this and just bring it upwards. Very light, gentle strokes. This is just kind of smoothing that out so I don't have a line of color. It's just blending it out. Now I'm also going to take a little bit of this color and I'm also going to go in the corner right here. And if you hear anything outside during this recording, I do apologize, but my neighbors are outside and I have the camera right by the window, so I hope you don't hear any conversations you're not supposed to hear. Okay, so that's what I do there. Then I'm going to take this brush again, and now I'm going to go into the pretty copper, golden copper color, which is my pumpkin spice color. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put a little bit of that on this, just a little bit, and blow a little off. And then I'm going to go up on the top here, and now I'm going to press that color in, and then I'm just going to push it up here. I just love it. It's so pumpkin spicy. It just looks so pretty. And you know, if you want, you can take some a little more over, but I'm gonna just kind of keep that there and kind of maybe blend it into there. Just kind of have fun with that. So as you can see, the colors above, you can really see that pretty golden copper color. I think that's looking pretty good. If I need to, I'll just take some more of the creamy beige color and I will just kind of go in the inner corner there, not too much, and go back on this and kind of blend it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my liner, and since I don't have any liquid liner, I am completely out of liquid liner. I am just going to use my regular black liner, and this is such a good liner that it goes on so well. It glides on really good. I'm not supposed to use this hand, but it's so hard not to. Just got to kind of pull this eye a little bit, and then I'm going to go across, just like if it was a liquid liner. And what helps if I go in the lashes, so I'm going to go under my lashes just to get that thicker line down there, and it helps open my eye. Then I'm going to come out and just kind of wing that out. It's not a real wing, it's just a little thick coming out line because this isn't liquid eyeliner. So I'm going to just do the same thing, start from here and then just take it. And okay, I have to use it. I'm just using my index finger. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of go like that. And then I'm just gonna glide across and just kind of take it and let it just flick out there. So that is how you can do a mock wing when you don't have liquid eyeliner. So next what I'm gonna do is get my eyelash curler and I'm gonna curl my lashes. And this is the part that is annoying to me, kind of frustrating, because my lashes are really like stick straight. They're so straight and they just like to go straight up. They don't curl and they don't stick up, and I have pretty good full lashes, but they just don't want to curl. And so I've been considering getting, you know, those curling treatments, and it just seems so silly to do that, just to spend money on that. For me, I think if I just, you know, deal with it. And so if any of you have any good suggestions for a good eyelash curler, please put them down in the comments below, because I am open to that. I've tried multiple mascaras besides my Mary Kay. Yes, I have, and they do not work. So I've tried them all, even the ones that say they will plump your lashes, they will extend your lashes. It's like wearing extensions, all of that. And I've spent money on those things and it just doesn't work for me. So I really don't need a suggestion on mascara unless you really have a good one that is like a miracle worker. But for now, I'm just using my Mary Kay. And this is the Lash Intensity one. This one works good if I just put it down at the base and just kind of flick it. And I'm trying to be really careful because I do hate when you get mascara on the top of your eyelid after you put makeup on. That's like the worst. Although there is a trick for that. If you do, just get a little bit of eye makeup remover on a Q-tip and just kind of dab in the area wherever you do get it on. And then you just kind of go back over it with your eyeshadow and blend. So I'm gonna come up from the top and then just flick. But you gotta be really careful when you flick that wand because if your lashes are longer than mine, they will hit the top of your lid and then you will have a mess. So I really love this pumpkin spice look. There's so many different eye colors out there that are real pigmented and they are just so bright, and this is just a very subtle, beautiful look. I remember the 90s makeup. I don't know if you grew up in the 90s or you even were around in the 90s. Some of you were barely being born during that time, but I was a teenager in the early 90s. I was 15 in 1990, and the makeup just was, you know, a beautiful look for makeup in that time. And I just remember in my Victoria magazine, you know, seeing the beautiful ads and the makeup colors, and everything was very subtle and so soft and so beautiful, and a lot of peaches. And I just really loved that. It was just so soft and so feminine. So I did want to take this time to welcome you if you are new to my channel, and thank you for being here. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you do like this video. I really would love to have you be a part of my Little Pink Casa community here. We're a bunch of ladies that love feminine fashion, feminine romantic home and style, and homemaking. So if any of those things sound great to you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to use a neutral lip liner. This is also from Mary Kay. Now it's very hard with braces because of my lips. I don't line my whole mouth. I'm just going to define the little cupid's bow and underneath. And that'll just help define the lip a little bit. My goodness, I totally forgot my blush. Okay, so let's do the blush and I'll finish with a lipstick. I'm going to use this peachy pinky color. It's really pretty. And I'm just going to dab it in. And there we go, like that. And just kind of give that little bit of color. And I just kind of put it on the apples of my cheeks going up. And smile a little bit so I can see that, and just do that, dab, dab, dab. I think one thing you learned today that I do with my makeup is I dab, dab, dab. I have all my baby hairs in my face. My hair grows so fast. I get so many baby hairs. If you can see all my little baby hairs growing. And a lot of you have been wanting a video on how I grow my hair so long and so full and full of volume, and it's natural, but you know, it does take a lot to maintain it because as I'm getting older, my hair texture is changing and it is different than it was before, even 10 years ago or even 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, so I'm gonna powder one last time. Just to add a little bit of color, I'll just take my blush brush and just kind of go over my the sides of my temples with the same color I put on my cheeks and my nose and just my bottom of my chin, just to give it a little bit of color. And then after I do the cheek, I'm just going to kind of blend that in so it's not like so there. And that's it. And now I'm going to finish with my lipstick. So like lately I've been using this pretty color that I've talked about in my past video, and it's called Spice is Nice. And I usually use a color that's a little bit more pink mauve-y, and it's called Raspberry Ice. But I do like using this color a little more lately because it is a little more fall. So the secret with a darker lipstick for me, if it's not red, I just kind of dab it in. Almost like it's just staining my lips. So I almost wanted to feel like I ate a bunch of berries and I got my lips stained. With a little bit of tissue, I will just blot a little bit. And that way it's not so much. Then I'm going to finish it off with a lip gloss. And this is a very pretty color. It's like a mauve-y, shimmery pink. It's going to help add a little bit more glamour to my lips. And this is called Fancy Nancy. So if you are a Nancy out there, this lip gloss you would love because it's got your name in it. I'm just going to go over the center of my lips and the top right here, just to keep that shimmer going. That way when the light hits my lips, I just have a little bit of shimmer, and it also helps build my lips so they look a little bit more fuller, a little bit more pouty. And that is the secret to have a nice full pouty lip too. So I'm gonna finish off with one last powder finish. I had to shut my camera off, sorry. I realized it was recording, so I hate when that happens, and I had to restart it. So I put mascara on my lower lashes too. I'm also going to do my lashes again, and I just did that when the camera turned off. So I went ahead and put another coat. So this is the second coat of mascara that I'm doing. And this just kind of helps open up the eye a little more, which I really like. So this is the finished look. I think it looks really pretty. Just a little bit of color popping out of the eye, and the lipstick, the blush, and everything put together. So I really like the way this looks, and I have been wearing this lately with my other fall outfits, and I think it looks really pretty. So if you like this look today, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you'd like to see any more tutorials like this maybe in the future. I know this is a beautiful pumpkin spice look for fall, but I might want to do something different maybe for winter. So if that's something you're interested in, or maybe even just an everyday makeup look, let me know in the comments down below too. And also, if you're new, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see more fall videos, I do have a fall playlist with a lot of more fall inspiration, and I will put up here, and then you can be able to watch those videos after this one. So I thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video.